All right, finally, for today's episode, the city of Spokane utility rates. Boy, there could be some real concerns there with officials preparing new utility rate ordinances for next year, 2027, and the following year for 2028. And one of the sticking points that came up during this week's city council meeting was a proposed commercial sewer rate restructuring that could lead to very steep increases for some businesses.
Everybody, regardless of the size of their meter, is currently paying 39.79. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
So somebody who, let's just say, has a 4-inch meter, they're going to see a jump from basically $40 to $210.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
it's a pretty sizable
It, it
jump.
is it is a it is a sizable jump, but when we looked at the cost of service analysis, that's how much they were underpaying for their service.
And I
So,
understand that, but like, even when we did the GFCs, we at least tried to phase in to a certain extent over 2 years, right? I mean, can we not phase this in a little bit more so
so
it's not such
we
a large leap? I hear it constantly, just this perception of the city being anti-business, and if we're raising rates pretty dramatically on some of those businesses, that could further that.
yeah, and what our cost of service analysis though is telling us is that commercial has been underpaying for a really long time, and so that's what we're trying to make up for so that they pay their fair share. So I hear that, but I also feel like at some point we have to correct some of those differences and multifamily. And that's where we're seeing single family about where it should be, and the multifamily and the commercial need to be
But back to my
rebalanced.
phase-in comment earlier, I mean, I
Yeah,
think there is reasonable ways to get to perhaps that point where they're paying their quote fair share,
sure.
rather than a massive jump, because clearly it's on us that we charge so low, if that is indeed the case. And
Yes.
so to then just say, well, we're going to punish you tomorrow because we screwed up the last decade,
Yeah,
I don't think that's
and we're
correct.
going to take a look at that. And what you're going to find is that the smaller commercial customers are really not going to pay that much more than they are today.
Much more on this in an article posted on our Center Square Washington page, as put together from my colleague Tim Clauser, who covers Spokane in depth and really like no other reporter in the state, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Thank you for watching today's episode of Washington in Focus Daily. Again, check out our Center Square Washington page for more articles like we've discussed here today. And I hope you'll join us again on Thursday.